When you need to cancel a Western Union money transfer, timing is everything. Understanding the key steps and requirements can save you time and ensure a smooth cancellation process. The most important thing to understand is that you can only cancel a Western Union transfer if the money has not yet been picked up by the receiver or deposited into their bank account. Once the funds are collected, cancellation is no longer possible. There are three main ways to cancel your Western Union transfer. First, you can use the Western Union app or website to check your transfer status and cancel online if the option is available. Second, you can visit the original agent location where you sent the money, bringing your government-issued ID and receipt. Third, you can contact Western Union customer service by phone. When checking your transfer status online, you'll need to use the tracking form. This requires your tracking number, also known as the MTCN, along with the receiver's country and the transfer amount. Regardless of which cancellation method you choose, you'll need to have specific information ready. This includes your tracking number or MTCN, the sender and receiver's full names, the transfer amount, and the payment method you used for the original transaction. Important to note, due to increased scam activity, Western Union has strengthened its identity verification processes. Be prepared to provide additional documentation such as government-issued ID, documents explaining the transaction purpose, and proof of funds if requested during the cancellation process. Finally, if you're affected by the Western Union remission program, please note that the deadline to request a reissue of payments from Western Union Phase 1 remission was April 4th, 2025. This relates to compensation for fraud victims from previous years. Now let's examine the refund process and important considerations when canceling your Western Union transfer. When you successfully cancel a Western Union transfer, the refund process follows specific guidelines that you should understand. Refunds are typically issued back to your original payment method. This means if you paid with a credit card, the refund goes back to that same card. If you paid cash, you'll receive cash back. The timeline for receiving your refund is typically 7 to 10 business days. However, this can vary depending on your bank or payment provider's processing times. The amount you receive back depends on the service you chose and the reason for cancellation. Contact Western Union customer care for specific details about fees and refund amounts. It's important to know that Western Union can be more expensive than alternative services. Companies like Wise and Remitly often offer lower fees and better exchange rates. Security is a critical consideration. While Western Union is implementing stronger security measures, the responsibility for avoiding scams ultimately lies with you. Here's the most important point to remember. Once the money is picked up by the recipient, reversing the transfer becomes extremely difficult, if not impossible. If you suspect fraud, report it to Western Union immediately.